Hello, everybody, and welcome to my review of Batman and the Outsiders number 11, an issue that is written by Brian Hill with art by Dexter Soy. And it's one of those series where I've liked this series. I've liked Batman and the Outsiders. I haven't loved every issue. Some of the issues that I like a little more are the ones where Brian Hill gets a real good combination of character moments and action, and that's what you get in this issue. You actually get a very good combination of both. And with Dexter Soy on art, you know that it will look good. That's a given. And we start off in the Batcave where Sophia wants to become something more. She wants to become something like Batman. And we saw this last issue. And it's weird because last issue she went to Batman and said, "Hey, I want to be like you." He said no. Now he says, "It begins. Follow me." And I like that more. And maybe it's one of those where somebody said, or Brian Hill realized, hey, we have the Sophia. We kind of need her to do something. Maybe it'd be better served for her to do something superhero-y than just stand around and punch pillars in the Batcave, which we saw her do before. But the big thing about this issue is going to be the fights. It's a battle royale in Cambodia. It is the throwdown at the shore down. Does that make sense? It is the war at the shore, I should have said. That's a little better. In Cambodia. And you do have Ishmael, Caliber, and Karma going against the Outsiders team with Shiva included. And Shiva looks like after this that she's going to be on the team, pending Batman's approval, I guess. But she's there because her daughter, Cassandra Cain Orphan, is on the team. And you end up having Shiva not liking the idea that Batman has neutered or nerfed Orphan Cassandra. And so she's going to be there to keep an eye on that. And she's been in the series. She's been the bad guy in the series for a bit now with Ra's al Ghul. And last issue, she went to Jefferson, Black Lightning, and said, "I don't like what Ra's is up to. I'm just kind of in it for my daughter. But now Ra's is getting a little wacky. I want to join you guys." And she has, but you end up getting a fight here. And it is a lot of double teams. It is a lot of two outsiders versus one of Ra's al Ghul's guys, which is good because they have Lazarus going through their veins, which we've heard over and over again. They can't really be killed, but they can be. But if they are killed, Ra's will bring them back. But they're also superpowered. They also have alien tech. A lot of crazy things going on. So you end up having Jefferson go against Ishmael. Ishmael was the person who ended up killing Jefferson's friend in Metropolis, so that is personal. You end up having Duke and Cassandra going against Karma. That is personal. And then you have Katana fighting Caliber. Kind of personal, more just badass for Katana. And she, as you see, is going solo and can easily take on a Caliber. But yeah, the team-ups end up working out. You end up having Ishmael get taken down by Shiva and Black Lightning. And what is a good moment for this whole series, you do end up having Karma being taken down. Now, I would have liked to have Duke do it himself because of all the problems that he had after Karma ended up, handing his butt to him, even back in the Detective Comics series that Brian Hill wrote that led into this book. But it's not bad having Orphan with Duke, because there's such a good friendship there. And Karma ended up beating up Cassandra as well, and they're able to kind of let loose. But the big thing here is that Karma's mask allows him to see into the future a bit so that he can see everybody's moves. What they do here is you end up having Duke step up, which is a badass move. And Duke says, "Concentrate on me there, buddy. Me and you're going to go toe-to-toe. This is a distraction." So while this is happening, and he is seeing what Duke's next move is, the next move is nothing because Cassandra comes and pops him right in the face. Katana takes down Caliber and says, "I hate your haircut." And then you get a big moment with Jefferson where he does end up beating and taking down and knocking out, it seems, Ishmael, who's laying in the surf. And you end up having Shiva, who has no qualms with killing, saying to Jefferson, how you really end this is by kind of pressing your foot on Ishmael's head. So he kind of goes under the water. And then the ocean, the ocean did the killing. Not you. Maybe your foot helped, but the ocean It's bad, that ocean. It does crazy things and it would have killed him. And Jefferson's like, no, 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 that's against the rules. And Shiva continues to hate Batman, says, why do you guys go by Batman's rules? Those are his rules. Those are lame rules. They are redundant rules. And Jefferson's like, no, I have my own rules. These are the ones I go with. Plus, we're going to need these guys to show us where Ra's is, which is very true. You end up having the fight end with Katana saying to Caliber, you're going to take us to Ra's. And he's like, you really think that this fight was what it was all about? We were a distraction. Because look at me, I'm going to press this button, and Cambodia's going up in flames, and now all of the outsiders have to make the decision. Are we going to, take the bad guys in while Cambodia burns, or are we going to go help some people? Obviously, they're going to go help some people. And there were a couple things that were going into this that I really liked, because as this scene ends, before all of the outsiders go off to save some people, you end up having Shiva having pretty much the nicest moment she's had in this book with Cassandra, and says, I love you. I hate what Batman's doing. I can't stand that he is making you so much less than what you could be, but I love you so much. I'm going to join up. I'm going to end up, it's one of those where you may not like what the school teaches so your kids sometimes, but when you go on the field trip, I'm going to go because I got to keep an eye on what's going down there, is what it means to me, there. But also, even before that, you ended up having Duke say to Cassandra, can we trust your mom? And Cassandra has such a non-answer, and she is a girl of few words, more now than ever. But she says, well, we can trust her to be her. And yeah, that's a non-answer, Cassandra, because she's pretty bad. But she does love her daughter in a strange, weird, abusive type way that she just wants her to be the greatest killer ever, and Batman is stopping her from being that. We go back to Batman and Sophia. They're in the underground, in the sewers of Gotham City, and they're walking, and this is where it made me laugh, because you have Batman who says, all right, Sophia, you want to be something. It's almost like you want to have your I shall be the Bat moment. So I'm going to let you have that. I'm going to help you. We're going to go down in the sewer. And I want Sophia to say, this is what you think of me? Like, this is my moment? This is I shall be moment, is me walking in the sewer? I mean, what am I? I shall be the crocodile down here? And there's already a killer croc. I should be the rat? It rhymes with that, but it's kind of an odd deal. While this is going on, though, Ra's is off in Markovia. We find out by the end that what he's doing is slicing and dicing his way to get to some really, really big alien tech that's in a really, really big alien ship. We'll talk about that in a minute. But back with Batman and Sophia. Batman takes Sophia to pretty much a weapons cache here that he says was originally a Court of the Owl space. Now you have a bunch of things. And he says, okay, now when you face Ra's al Ghul, he will see what you truly are if you let this happen. He says, from these things you can choose your image and the name you will give the world. Again, this is your I shall be the Bat moment. And I'm like, is she going to say, like, I shall be the shin guards? Or I shall be the breastplate? I shall be the grenade? We'll see what she's going to be. We'll see. But he's kind of limiting her, whole deal with this. Maybe he realizes they're on a timetable. Ra's is about to really up the ante here. You don't have time to sit in a chair in Wayne Manor and wait for something to fly through the window. So you end up, and hopefully it's not like some kids playing with a baseball. I shall be the baseball is what it could be, and it could work. You end up having Ra's, though, go, and what he is going for at the end is a giant spaceship. I would say that is some Brainiac tech going on there, because this stuff that's going on in Markovia does lead from the Detective Comics run of Brian Hill, but that actually was referencing the No Justice story that way back that Scott Snyder was doing after Metal, when you ended up having Brainiac kind of fry, the Suicide Squad, all these things going on way back when, where it was all this tech that they had. Well, they ended up, some of it or a lot of it ended up Markovia. This was how Brian Hill ended his Detective Comics run, with Katana showing up saying, hey, there's all this alien tech in Markovia. It led from the whole karma situation with his mask. And so when you end up having this is getting back to what I think Brian Hill originally intended for this series before it was delayed, before it came out. And then when it came back out, then it was more of a year of the villain. Raish was thrown in. And I think he's done a good way of morphing it. But really, the year of the villain in this Batman and the Outsiders was such a non-factor compared to a lot of the other books that it didn't even seem like that at points. So I'm glad that we're back to this. I'm glad that we're there. Now, on an aside, you end up, when you hear Markovia now, you're wondering where Leviathan is. And I just hope that Brian Hill, even though I like synergy amongst books, I like it's not even a continuity that I need. It's more, like I said, a synergy of the now. I do not need Brian Hill to get screwed over by Leviathan and Brian Michael Bendis. Just please, let's pretend this happened before that Leviathan bought Markovia with cash money. I don't need that. But I did like this. I like the character moments. I like the moment with Shiva and Cassandra. I really even like the Duke with the karma deal, even though, like I said, I kind of wanted him to go singular with that. Jefferson was able to take down Ishmael and show that he's a better man by not killing him, all that stuff. And you get Sophia becoming something more in the process. Because of that, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Dexter Soy's art is great. You end up through the whole thing having a big, pretty much big panels. It's a very quick read. It always is with Dexter Soy, but it's great looking. It's so good. So yeah, an 8 out of 10. I'm looking forward to next issue, see what Raish is doing and see what everybody else is doing, including, like I said earlier, how Batman will react to Shiva showing up as a good gal now. But thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. It's, again, one of these on-the-fly ones going through the book. If you like that, let me know. If you don't, maybe you should let me know anyway and get me sad. But if you would subscribe to the channel, that would be great. If you like to like this video, that'd be great as well, and comment what you thought of the issue and stuff like that would be awesome. And look in the description where you can find all sorts of things to go and link to the Weird Science Stuff podcast, website, DC, Marvel, all of that stuff. That would be great. And thank you for watching.